Hey guys, there has been a lot of talk lately about the transmissions in 2014 and 2015 model year Jeep Grand Cherokees, as well as some other FCA products. So let's take a look inside and see how it's supposed to operate and how it actually can operate if not used properly. Come on. So the transmission in question is the ZF 8-speed with the mono-stable shifter. And what that is a shifter that returns back to a neutral position no matter what you do with it. As you can see, we're in park right now because the P is illuminated. And the way to shift into reverse and then neutral and drive is just to push in the button and then click it through its 3 detents. Now that's pretty straightforward, but what's unusual is it snaps back to the center position like that. And then to shift back to park, I do the reverse, push in the button, go up to neutral, reverse, and then park. So what's the problem, you might be saying? Unlike traditional gear selectors that stop at fixed points during the gear selection, this monostable shifter always returns to a center point, which makes it very difficult to tell which gear you're in without looking at the indicators. Another problem is if you're in a hurry and you don't take the time to push it all the way forward to the park position, you may end up in reverse. Just like that, it's very easy to do. So I have my notes here, and the NHTSA actually looked into this problem, and the quote from them is that the operation of the monostable shifter is not intuitive and provides poor tactile and visual feedback to the driver, increasing the potential for unintended gear selection. And I do agree, it's nothing like a traditional shifter where you push it all the way forward and you can tell that you're in park. There are some audio and visual feedback cues that tell you that you're not in park though if you try to get out of the vehicle. For example, I'm in neutral right now, and if I open the door, you hear that chime? It also says vehicle's not in park right in the center of the instrument panel. But in this situation, it would be very feasible for me to jump out of the vehicle and have it roll away on me. Now back in April, FCA did a voluntary recall of 1.1 million vehicles worldwide, including the 2014 and 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokees, as well as some other FCA vehicles. Now over here I have another FCA vehicle, a Dodge Challenger with a more traditional 8-speed. Jump in with me and I'll show you the difference. Now take a look at this gear selector. It looks almost identical to the monostable that we saw in the Jeep Grand Cherokee, but this is a more traditional mechanical gear selector with 4 distinct positions. Let me show you. Now other manufacturers have a similar system with a gear selector that returns to a neutral position, but they have a fail-safe for that. Their systems know when a driver has gotten out of the vehicle because the electronic parking brake is tied into the door and the seat belt. So if you get out of the vehicle and it's not in park, that electronic parking brake will automatically engage. However, this 2014 Grand Cherokee has a traditional foot brake. So we spoke to the owner of this Grand Cherokee, and he has experienced the problem from this transmission. Basically what FCA did was send him a letter that said, be careful, and it had some extra steps on how to properly operate the system. Now FCA has said a more permanent solution is coming in the 4th quarter of this year, although we don't know yet what that's going to be. So guys, I just want to clarify that the transmission is not broken. It's not coming out of park when it's not supposed to. It's just a flawed design that FCA is going to change in the future. I'm Brian Waring. Come back to TFLcar.com for all the latest updates on this breaking news story.
Hey guys, let me introduce you to the newest member of the TFL long-term test fleet. It's right behind that garage door. Let me show you. Yes indeed, it's a Jeep, but not just any Jeep. It's a Wrangler, but this time we've got the base sport model.
Yes indeed.
And to break it in, let's take it off-road, Tommy.
Oh, for sure, but there's one issue.